welcome back to a special edition of the DMV Autocross Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Garfield, along with Dustin Grubbs, and we have a breaking news announcement that the SCCA ProSolo Series is coming back to the Washington, D.C. area, and it's going to be at what used to be FedEx Field, is now known as Northwest Stadium. The sponsor changed, and it's a Northwest Bank. And so we're going back to FedEx Field or Northwest Stadium, and we're going to be on the A lot, which is hugely significant because that's a gigantic lot at the stadium that we haven't been at for a national event since 2007. And so we're really excited to bring that announcement to you, along with our special guest, Lee Piccione. And Lee's with us now. Hey, Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for being with us. We just had a couple questions. Lee, you are our course designer for this ProSolo that's finally coming back, but this is not your first time and not even close to your first time. You've designed many, if not most of the courses, the ProSolo and the National Tour courses at FedEx Field over the years. When was the first time that you designed a course?
The first time I did a course was a local event for Autocrossers Incorporated, and that was in 94 at, what is now M&T Bank Stadium up in Baltimore. I believe it was the E and F lot, which is now where the Ravens Stadium sits. But that was my first course ever.
Okay.
First,
And so 94. So obviously this immediately tells people you've been around a while. When did you start autocrossing?
The first event I ever participated in was in 89 up at the Harrisburg Farm Show.
Okay. So for those people who are new to the area and new to autocrossing around here, Lee, you're probably, I'm guessing, the longest standing autocrosser from the area, if I had to guess.
Probably pretty close.
Yeah, I would assume that. I know Sam Vassallo has been doing it a while. I've been doing it a while, but none of us go way back into the 80s at all. I'm pretty sure Mike Snyder has been doing it a while, but he's in the 90s. So I'm pretty sure you're the longest standing one, which obviously you have a lot of experience. When you got the opportunity to design your first national course, was that because you had already designed a lot of courses? How did that happen?
Yeah, definitely. After designing a lot of courses, people start to become familiar with you and your name, and basically it's just ask and volunteer. They look for course designers for all these events. They ask for them, and I put my name forward and said I'd love to do one, and they said go right ahead.
Awesome. So the first events at FedEx Field that we did were in 2002. And shortly after that, in 2003, we had our first national event there, a national tour on the A lot, which is, again, the lot that we're going to be using for this event. Were you the designer of that course in 2003?
2003, yes, I was. Actually, the lot was even bigger because now they have the solar panels in place.
Right.
And I took advantage of that and used every square inch, and the course was just huge. Loved it.
Yeah, we have some really fun, cool memories of running that lot as a tour or regular autocross style event because the lot's so big and the elevation changes and you lose sight of things as you're driving. It's very cool. And I think we'll still have a little bit of that. We lost that solar panel area, which I'm guesstimating was a few acres of the lot, but the lot is still about 19 acres. And for those people that have run on the F lot, where was most recently the 2022 National Tour and a lot of our local events all through the 2000s, the F lot is about 10 or 11 acres versus this 19 we still have usable on the A lot. So you still do have a little bit of room there to make that work. Now, what other national events have you done at FedEx Field or now Northwest Stadium?
Done several of the national tours. Did one of the ProSolos that was on the A lot. I think just about every pro we had on the E and F lot, I did those as well. So
yeah, so I'm looking at a list here. I'm looking at a list here. We did, let's see, on the A lot, we did an 03, 04 national tours, an 04 and an 07 ProSolo. This was all on the A lot. On the F lot, we did the 05 divisional. I don't know if you remember that. And that was the Ron Katona charity event that we did that year.
Right.
And then 06, 08, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16 are all ProSolos on the F lot. And then we did national tours in 16 and 22. So we've been we've done a lot of national events at this stadium, and I think our newer viewers are going to get a huge surprise when they get to run a lot that's that big comparatively to everything else we run in the region.
I think there was also one other national tour. I'm trying to remember the lot number. I think it was the R lot, which if you have the stadium at your back and you're on the A lot, if you look to your right.
Yes, so that I believe at the time was either called the B lot, but it's also called the Red Zone now. And,
Red Zone, yeah.
And we did a divisional.
R.
We did a divisional in 2010. So your memory is correct. We did a divisional on that lot in 2010. I remember the divisionals. I tried to change my classes because there wasn't a series involved. So I was like, oh, this is an opportunity to run something different. But most of those years, you were in what? You were in the M3, correct?
M3 for most of them. Actually, I think it was in the M3 for all of them, except for the one on the Red Zone lot. I was actually co-driving with Jason Burns in F-Stock.
Okay.
And Shelby Mustang GT.
Okay. Well, we're really excited to run there again, and I'm glad we were able to announce this to everybody because it's get the word out. It's gonna be a great event. And Lee, I want to thank you for joining us, and Dustin, and we'll see everybody on the next one.
Sounds good.